Please, Ms. Hong, tell us more about the Vietnamese tea industry right now in Asia, and can you explain to us what is the demand like, and is the government of Vietnam aware of the growth of the tea industry, and do you think that the consumers today are more fussy about quality than quantity, and do you think that Vietnam is going to expand its interest in promoting more about tea from Vietnam in Asia as well as in Europe and the United States? And do you think that your government in Vietnam is going to try to promote Vietnam as a destination not just for hospitality but as well as for tourism and also for cuisine like tea?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Very good question. I think that the tea industries in Vietnam now we focus on Asian market. Why? Because the Asian market they have the same culture. Somehow they have the same drink or same cuisine, same flavor or taste or something like that. And also in Asian, we have the Middle East. Middle East people also is Asian. And those market is very big market for Vietnam right now, like Pakistan, Afghanistan, and so on. Is those people they drink green tea from Vietnam, the Vietnamese style. I think that the market now we really focus is ASEAN, not only Asian but ASEAN like Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Burma, Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand, because we have the huge market there, but nobody really explode that. For the other market like Europe, yes, we want to go there as well. But the people in Europe they drink in different ways. People there they drink like in convenient way, like Lipton or Twining or something. They already stick with that. They already stick with that demand already, so it's a little bit difficult for them to change now to green tea or something else. But USA is very good market because USA you have different people there. You have Asian, you have Europe, you have people from Africa, everywhere. So the USA market is big market as well. People there they're willing to try. They want to have some new thing. So it's good market as well. The industry now concentrate to Asian and USA more than Europe. In Europe we have the Eastern Europe like Russia, Uzbekistan, Ukraine or something like that. They still drink a lot of tea from Vietnam, and these guys comes up as number 3 or number 4 of our exportation market right now. So it's quite good. We keep doing with them. The government, you're asking the government do they support or not? The government now not really support anything because the industry have to do it by themselves, and the industry now most of the people in the industry is private, like her or like someone else in my booth now, because they are private or they are kind of joint stock something between the government and the private. So the government they just support a little bit in trade promotion. It means if you go overseas for the exhibition, maybe they're helping you for the booth. But for the others, you have to do it by yourself. Now today they do have some kind of promotion in the domestic market. It means we want to increase the demand of tea inside Vietnam as well. Because we have about 80 million people living there now, and then the people now just drink about 200 gram tea per person. Very little if compared to UK or Russia. Yeah, in UK and Russia, people drink about 500 gram or even 1 kilogram of tea per person. So the government now somehow they want to promote for the domestic market, but not for tea only, even coffee, rice and everything. The government now somehow concentrates to something that can bring back more US dollar to the country then, because tea is quite cheap compared to the other thing. But they still have to support, because most of the people working in the tea division, they are farmers, and they're living in the high mountain, so they're quite poor, and those people need help. So that it means the government take care. They just take care about the farmer more than the other thing. The other thing we have to rely on the industry. You say about the trend and also how about the market going. I think the market now is quite good. So now today the financial crisis and everything, people now somehow they have to save money. They cannot like spend money with a very expensive drink anymore. So maybe somehow they come back for tea. It's quite reasonable price, and also it's bring something fresh from the nature. People now want something fresh, want something that you feel like you living in the fresh environment, and also living with the nature. Tea have that. Coffee no, because coffee you do the roaster, and after roasting the smell different. It's very strong smell. It's kind of like for the modern life, but people now they want to come back for nature, and nature is in tea, because you tried the tea yesterday, right? Very fresh. In some way, when we want to put something in, we only put the flower. Also nature, another kind of nature combined tea. So when you drink tea, you feel the nature, you feel the smell of the earth, you can smell flower. It brings back you with something like the we say the eco energy, right? I think the change for tea is still coming, still more rising, especially for green tea. But also we have to do a lot of jobs, like coffee. Coffee is very fast for convenience. But tea somehow when you make tea, it takes some time, and then you need a hot pot and everything. It takes some time. In the modern life, we have to invest to create a new thing, like tea powder. The tea powder have to still keep the nature smell of tea, or we can have to do some convenient thing that tea is still doing now. We still have to invest, have to create, think about what we can do for the market. And a lot of people are doing now. You can see from Japan, from China, and also from Korean. If you see in another exhibition like the exhibition in Las Vegas, you can see so many different. They make cocktail with oolong tea, or they make cocktail with green tea. It's so different, and it's very good to choose. So I think the future is still very bright for tea.
I have another question, and that is to both of you. When you first set up the business in producing lotus tea, and among all the other businesses as well, do you think, especially you said that the government does not provide such support, do you think that banks are very supportive? Do they provide loans to the industry?
The bank could not support with us.
I mean, the bank support anyone who can pay their back money. So it depends. In Vietnam that the bank give the loan to the customer, right, at the company, and it depends on that they can pay back the interest rate or not.
No,
because the interest rate in Vietnam is quite high right now. So not so many people can have the loan, but people still loan. Why not? Because if they doesn't have the money from the bank, how can they invest money now? So somehow we still need a lot of the funding coming to Vietnam now for agriculture, because agriculture now is very good investment.
So for yourself, did you have to borrow money from families, friends, or your savings?
My family.
To start a business.
For some quite small private company like hers, you can borrow money from family or someone else to open the business. But for some big company like some of my company up there, they borrow money from the bank. And even now they got the investment from the fund, like we say in Vietnam now have so many agricultural funds from USA or from other country. They want to buy and become a shareholder of the company, and running in 10 years, something like that. It's very good investment now. So tea somehow for small company like her, but also for the very big corporation like one of the company up there.
How high is the interest rate for bank loans in Vietnam?
Very high now. It's about more than 10% now per year.
Per year,
Yeah.
I see, on a long term. I see. Is there any association for entrepreneurs in Vietnam where they can assist small companies like her that in terms of setting up the business?
Normally, that people have to set up the business by themselves, and then if they want to help from the industry, they can be joined as a member. So as they are a member, we will have them like this. Because she's a member, so we help her to bring her product to the exhibition.
Like the Vietnam Tea Association.
Yeah.
That's
Most of the associations now in Vietnam doing like that. If they become member, they will helping them.
Well, there you go. Thank you for the interview, and there you go. The Vietnamese Tea Association is the place to go for any inquiries,
Yeah.
and as well as for investment in Vietnam on the tea industry.
Right.
Thank you.